It's so... Oh, it's Jover. We are so Barack. Yep, we should be back. My stream on YouTube died at the same time. Yeah, that's because I restarted the stream. Restream wants me to fucking pay for the services and But yeah. It's mostly about putting your foot down. It's mostly about just putting your foot down and well, like, the thing is a lot of people will appreciate it if you can do that. A lot of people will appreciate you if you can, put your foot down. Because if you're ruining their chatting experience by allowing dumb people to be around, then, like, less people are gonna be happy. I mean, the thing is you risk people thinking you're a tyrant. But, I mean, the problem is that, well, what do you want out of streaming? Now, I'll tell you what I want out of streaming. I definitely don't want that. None of that. Yeah, your house, your rules. What do you mean? I'm gonna need extra practice today. Pick me instead. You can, but it's not worth it. Yeah, overusage of emojis is pretty cringe. Please, Cortex, thank you. And then I die instead because of tilt. I'm stuck on the tree, what do I do? You're kidding. I'm so stupid. Yeah. But obviously, like, Vortex is dead. But obviously, here's the thing, is, like, know how to do it without being a dick. Like, I try as best as I can to make sure that when I say something like this, I'm really trying not to be mean. What happened? Cortex dies. There we go. That should be much safer. And yeah, don't get me wrong, I really do not like being mean. Unless I'm angry. If I'm angry, I'm fine with it. But if I'm just annoyed, I feel bad, usually. But at the same time, yeah, the literal thing I do is, I mean, I have the two categories. Oh, as if I did it wrong and drowned? Oh, yeah, I slid. I did a slide jump in the wrong direction. This is how I feel right now. The horns are me farting. Why is this attacking my ears? Okay. And some instrumental farts? This is true. So not it. Makes you feel deeply sick? Nah, don't worry about it. Like, the thing is you just need to make sure that everybody knows that you're the boss. That's fine. Like, I mean, like, somebody was worried earlier, or like one of my previous streams, that I was like, oh, don't get on your bad side. It's like, it's not very easy to get on my bad side. It's actually relatively difficult to actually make me angry. There are certain things you could do that will make me angry. But it's very simple, is that how I operate is respect. And if you're at least respectful, or whatever, like, most likely, the worst that's gonna happen is I'm gonna say, hey, you know, stop, and you'll be like, oh, okay. You might feel bad about it, but it's like, oh, okay. I give people a lot of chances, usually. But I let you know if it's bothering me. I do not keep that shit in. It does take a level of maturity to understand when you're being the asshole in it, though. Because sometimes you are. Yeah, it's very simple. Let people know your boundaries. If people don't respect those boundaries, then, well, that got it. There you go. If they don't respect those boundaries, then they don't deserve to be there. I'm doing really well with this. Wait, what? How did I spin Cortex? Have you met a nuisance? I don't think so. Like, I do get annoyed sometimes with people. But if it's slight annoyance, I usually don't show it. Because, I mean, sometimes I'm just being a little bitch. That's like the best way to put it. It's like, yeah, I get annoyed with people. Hey, Ferrix. But it's I'm very obvious about if you're on my bad side or not. I'm very obvious about it. And even if even if you annoy the hell out of me, but I don't think it's like that big of a deal, the most you're gonna get out of me is I might just sound annoyed at you. But if I don't say anything, probably you're in the clear. Or if I don't act like... If I don't act annoyed, you're fine. You have reached the point where there are times where I don't want to interact because some of the questions you ask creep me out. It's an internal mechanism that the types of questions that I'm being asked which is why I usually say that. Yo, Michala. How do I feel about today's runs? Not very well. Like, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like, and it is not out of it's not out of malice or like disliking. Now, Matsun, you know I haven't really thought or found anything that's really ever that I can recall. And no, it's not a good idea to be upfront and open about this kind of stuff, but at the same time, it's like, well, I don't really care. I'm not big enough for things to care. Cortex not activating the checkpoint. Yeah, that's because I'm messing up. My hands are not cooperating with me today. Hey, I got the body slam skip. Let's go. I would be a lot safer during runs there. I am still not confident in my hub 4 right now. I need to do extra practice. Ah! No, Venom. You lost track of the context. Sometimes, not that I can be aware of. I'm just saying that if I'm not being confrontational or whatever, most likely damn. Somebody doesn't want me streaming today. Can't be bothered by ads? Understandable. Yeah, if these disconnections keep happening, by the way, everybody just move over to YouTube so you don't see the ads. I was not turned correctly. It could just be my internet, but that would be weird. It's either Restream being stupid. Unless I have them scheduled. Understandable. I hate ads. What do you mean? Why were you not? Also, yo, my goat. That's not PB. That's PB. Wait, what the hell did it say? My average is 104.37. That's insane. Okay. I forgot, to be honest. My internet connection? Well, yep. Yeah, I shouldn't be, I have a wired connection, and I have a gigabit. So, it's probably server. So, that time that it happened was, it actually affected my internet. And before it's my ISP throttling, which it could totally be my ISP throttling. Throttling is legal here in my state. There is no net neutrality anymore. Buenas.
There they are. Let her go. Take me instead.
It's a connection drop. There we go. Ah, damn it. I have an idea. Okay. Primer aviso. No te avisaré otra vez. No me spameas con emojis ni preguntas tontas. Porfa. No seas bobo, no seas niño. O sea, si eres niño, pues... Uf. No se permite aquí los niños. Pero si no soy enfadado. Bro didn't learn his lesson. We have a problem with the younger audience. The rule is more so to prevent issues. It's not a hard rule. Like, there's a couple of people that I have that are under the age of 18 that watch me. Not often, but usually they don't act out. It's mostly just basically act mature and you'll be fine. And don't let people know your age. No, I know what I said.
Victor and Moritz's stronghold of evil. This is where we wrong the rights and sweep the past under the rug.
It's not a hard rule. The reason why I say that is entirely because the hard rule is don't act like a child, or you will be treated like a child, and children are not welcome. No, porque usaste emojis. No. 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 Ya no aguanto más. Ya no aguanto más. No. Soy gilipollas, no soy estúpido. Ten en cuenta bien esta frase. I do not. What just happened? The dude got banned. Because he kept not listening to me. When I asked many times, don't do the thing, he does the thing. I'm not here to babysit. That's the problem. Don't worry about it. That's enough about what I want to talk about it, or I might actually get mad. I'm not throwing Cortex where you're supposed to be thrown. Come on, Cortex. That would have grabbed the gem, pretty sure. Really? Really? Okay, that's gonna get practiced. I said let it go. Why are you not throwing Cortex? Dude. Oh, that's what's going on. Come on. Happening down the line. It's gonna be different for every case. Can you just work, please? I would like for you to work. Stop. What? Are the runs running? No. Of course it's not gonna work. Thank you. Actually, Death Abusing there's probably faster. Now that I'm thinking about it. Nah, it's never gonna be the same. Trust me. I'm going to have to keep practicing. Characteristic. Characteristic means like a personality trait. There's no way that that's not... Is that fat? Is that slower? I don't think it is. That's one of the things I don't like. Is going to that. I don't know why we do it that way. Oh, that is so much better. You can say the characteristics. The noon, that's what I'm checking. Alright, I'm gonna do this one more time. I'm gonna do Hope for one more time, and then I'll do runs. Ugh. Yo, Toquinho. No, that's probably because connection drops are just like that. There's a billion different things that could be happening, including what's going on with other people. Could be ISP, could be interactions, could be stuff you have open. It could be so many different things. It might be the same, but that doesn't mean the cause is the same. That's the problem with tech issues, is that it could have the same symptoms, same characteristics, Or yeah, the way that you're using very characteristic. Yeah, that is a way that we use that in English. Characteristic would be similar to fundamental in that case. Not the same, but I'm saying the usage would be similar. As in the way that you'd use it in a sentence. Kaka? +18, by the way. Oh, you missed that fucking gem, you cock. YouTube has worse delay. Which is dumb because it shouldn't have more delay. How much practice do I do? I usually don't practice much. Yo, Saucy. I usually don't practice at all. Just a little bit. Only enough to be able to know I'm gonna do well. If I feel like there's a problem, I practice more. Otherwise, there's no point in practicing more because the only thing practice is gonna get you. Practice is not gonna get you anywhere. Like, over-practicing is not a good thing. Over-practicing usually, over-practicing does not work. Yo, Ali. No delays here. Yeah, for YouTube, I have it on low delay, but YouTube is always slower. Twitch always has very low delay before a run. That does not change what I'm saying. How much practice do I do? One level. Only the levels that need to be. If I do something more, it's because I'm having problems with something. If I practice something more than once, I usually only need to do it once. Practice is not a means to perfect stuff. Practice is a means to spot problems before you do a run and then fix them. That's how I do practice. If I'm not doing practice, I'm learning, which is a totally different thing. And usually I do learning best in runs because I make more mistakes. Well, I make mistakes in runs, but different. I don't really train or work on muscle memory much. Muscle memory doesn't work as well for me because of my issues. Okay. Yeah, I have coordination problems. Do you fix them with practice? No, not... I mean... Yes, but... It's weird. Warming myself up. Well, long jumps are muscle memory? Yeah, some of it is... But, I have, coordination issues. So I have to constantly be aware of how my muscles are moving, or I'll do something that doesn't make sense. That's why, like, sometimes you notice, like, okay, why did I slide jump like that? Or, why did I do double jump there? Or why did I press the B button there? That's usually a cause for my coordination issues. Like, I work really hard to make sure that they don't happen. But, my muscle memory doesn't work the same way as other people's. I'm not going to say that I don't have muscle memory, but it's not the same as other people's. And I don't usually work towards making it better. You can also kind of see it like, a better way that I kind of look at it is kind of like, I guess like a fighting game combo-ish. Where it's like, you have tools that you just use. Yes. The memory comes from the tricks, not necessarily the actual, like, runs. Everything else is just me doing the best that I can. What a lot of people do when they build their muscle memory, from what I've noticed, is that they basically build the muscle memory for the entire level. And I can't do that. I legitimately can't do that. My muscles will not let me do that. So what I do is I memorize possibilities. No, a lot of people do that actually. A lot of people build muscle memory for most of the levels, which is why, like, if they make a mistake, it's usually wrong. Or, like, it messes them up to the point where they can't play anymore. Or maybe I'm just wrong. But for me, the muscle memory is not necessarily with tricks. Okay, that's a thing that happened.
Victor and Moritz's stronghold of
Uh.
evil. This is where we wrong the rights and sweep the past on the run.
What? So we'll never have a blind Twinsanity speedrun? Most likely never. A man and men apart? What? What does that even mean? Oh, woman and man, women. Oh, you mean man and men? They're similar vowels, but they're totally different. Yeah, man is and men is meh is higher. Your tongue is higher up in the mouth. What the fuck? They are not the same vowel. They're very distinctive vowels. Well, that's because your language does not distinguish those. Favorite Crash OST? Probably Twalk. Well, like, they are You mean specific level? Oh, I don't know. No, man and men, they are very distinctive. They're very distinct vowels. It's just that you're not trained to... Your ears aren't trained to be able to hear those differences because, well... most aren't. Like, most, like, Romance languages don't distinguish those two vowels. The most that, Latin-based languages have is eh. But is like, what do you mean? Cortex, you fucking cock. And see, there's one huge criticism about Flinny's video that I didn't fight him on, is that he didn't take my word of mouth as a primary source, despite the fact that I fucking found shit. And I should have put my foot down about it. He said it was hearsay. Word of mouth related to what? He said that my memory was not a reliable source of information. He said he could only go by videos, which is really dumb. Particularly about my own tricks. Like stuff I found. So there's misinformation about it. And there's misinformation in that video because he went by videos and not what I said. Which he honestly should not have done, because that's not correct when, you know, you have somebody who was there when shit was found. Or what? Yeah, somebody made a history of AHT. Also, hey Pete. Could have said it, but put a disclaimer. Yeah. I mean, that did kind of piss me off a little bit, but only like, it's not like, oh, well, I deserve that or whatever. It's rather like, no, I was just there. I would think that while some things I know are not always, like, reliable with my memory, because I sometimes have a bad memory. But, like, trying to, as someone who wasn't too deep in that space, yeah. It's the problem of, like, he was trusting, I think, Ebba and Edu. Which some people might say is like jealousy, but rather it's just like, yeah, exactly. Was the video good? I haven't watched it. I didn't watch it. Saucy, call him Pete. This is the part that I'm like, that I'm kind of nervous about. Oh, okay. This is the part that I'm kind of nervous about. There's no way I went through that. Oh, it has been about 2 hours. I've been practicing a lot today. I never practice anywhere near this much. It's just that right now I feel like if I don't practice, I feel like I'm just, yeah, this kind of stuff. And I wonder if it's because I'm hungry. Maybe I should go eat. Notice the differences with who found what, though, since I did tell you. Yeah, I think there was something that was like, he was going by video and not by me, I think. But I can't remember what all the things were. But I can tell you, like, the stuff that I told you, that stuff was found by me. Maybe I wasn't the first to find it, but I was the first to implement or tell the community, as far as I'm concerned. No. That's cool. So the game is just gonna give me a myriad of fucking problems today. I really am not gonna want to have to. That would not have grabbed the red gem. That's just how the song is with this, and with the download I had. Yeah, double jumpless was the very first thing that I found. I found double jumpless first. The modern iteration was found by Dust. As far as I remember. I'm trying too hard. I used a website. He noted the current version being credited by Dust. But I believe it was found by Dust. Could be wrong. That part I'm not going to say that I'm confident, but I mean, if he credited the first version of Double Jumpless as somebody other than me, then it's true. He didn't mention that at all. Why? I have to wait. Hundo would be very messy because, like, it's gone through so many reroutes, and the problem is Dust is no longer with us. So, like, we can't corroborate exactly who did what. Yeah, that's understandable. I'll have enough lives left over if I fail this. Okay, cool. Death abusing there would actually be faster. I wish they still made fucking music like this, dude. Vortex has turned so far and it still worked okay. Alright. I'm getting nowhere with this. Oh, whoops. I'm getting nowhere with this. Probably, wait a second. Did I even practice Boiler? I never did. Oh. I never practiced Hub 3. I need to practice Hub 3. Not that I feel like I need Hub 3 practice, but also, any percent is really easy to learn. Actually, by the way, the only reason why I got record for any percent, so we could keep listening to the OST, imagine. Clearly no. I was talking about any percent in AHT. Yeah, it's really easy to learn. The only reason I even got the record, by the way, was to prevent Jumpy Luff from getting it. That is actually the only reason why I got the record. That's why I never came back to any percent. Once I got the 36, I think it was the 36, I never went back to it because my only reason was to prevent Jumpy Luff from getting it because I thought he was a piece of crap. Turns out he was. That's why he got banned. He was banned from all speedrunning spaces. Like, he was the guy that would literally only get the record just so he could have his name on it. He had a lot of records, but I'm not gonna lie, the entire reason why I got AHT was because I knew he was gonna gun for it, and he was trying to gun for it. And then Dust took it, and people were like, are you gonna get it back? Records in what types of games? Mostly meme games. He was particularly good at Monkey Ball, but dude was hungry for records all the time. I was one of the few people that had, like, a really bad feeling about him. What do you mean? I stood on the button! Let me jump, please. Thank you. But anytime something new, like the reason why he was even in the Twins any percent record is for the same reasons. You probably haven't. What the hell? Why was that so delayed? Boiler's not seeming to go too bad. Is wanting a world record a bad thing? If that's all you care about, that is a bad thing. Especially when you want it so bad that you're like... Especially when you want it so bad that you get literal, like, thousands of them just basically for attention. The idea of caring about a first place... It's some goof type shit. He said, goofy. Come on, Cortex. There's a lot more to life. I'm gonna try it. There's a lot more to life than being first place. It's in the M's. You promise I'll hate it? I'm sorry. I didn't know that the blue gem was not allowed to be grabbed. Today is just one of those days. I do have a... I have a new, I'm gonna test something, actually. I'm gonna see if I can break one of the, I'm gonna see if it breaks the game. There's something I want to check to see if it breaks the game. Oh, wait. Wait a second, hang on. I'm thinking. Oh, that's not gonna work. Okay. I thought it was gonna work. Nope. Wait. Nah, not gonna work, okay. Never mind. That did not work either. Bastard. Fuck you. Come on, there we go. Oh, hey, I figured out how to fix that. Cool. Yeah, I was thinking like, oh, what if I did this? But no, it's not gonna work. The idea, by the way, was reloading on the Academy of Evil, or the classroom thing instead of the classroom world checkpoint instead of Academy of Evil one. Problem is you'd have to go back out of bounds. So no matter what amount of time save it would give, it wouldn't matter. That would work in early hub 4, but okay. Let's check to see what the hell. First of all, I'm gonna check to see what the fuck this is. Nice twalk music? Yeah, the twalk music is gone. Oh no. What the fuck? This dude is literally fucking Jumpy Luff, dude. Did I see Obama in there? Obama in Wonderland? Messi? Everything is fucking called Obama. What the hell? What's wrong with this guy? Oh, right. I forgot. I need to set things up. Okay. I'm also a little cold. I'm putting my blanket on. There we go. Hell yeah. Warm. Also, yo, Keyblade Master. If I'm just not gonna do stuff, what am I talking about? Whatever Saucy sent me. Don't worry about it. Good luck on the run. Thanks, Ali. You the goat. Actually, let me give bro mod because he's mod on YouTube as well. In before, give me mod, I'll ban everybody. Nice. It's already me though. Extra 500 kg. Bro's like, look at me, I'm fat now. Bro is like, I have more weight in gold than the Sultan. Fuck you. He's like, listen, I cause earthquakes when I move. Yo, Scythe, thanks for the good luck. They call him the Earth Shaker. It's like, I don't like you. I'm big enough I can pick up your fucking car, bitch. They call me the 1-ton puncher. Best crash ever made? Maybe. I like CNK better. I hate that strat, by the way. He competes with your mom. Insane! How do you ban people? You click on their name. And then you click, I think it's the cancel sign. You can also do /ban and then type their name out. Where is Dio? Dio's probably asleep. Dio doesn't... He doesn't exist during the mornings. Yo, FF, thanks for the GL. Bro said, let me smash my face on my keyboard real quick. Perfect username. You have to put /ban. I mean, you can go ahead and try it. It'll just say you cannot ban the broadcaster. You can also put /timeout and then the username, or you can do like /timeout and then put the seconds. /timeout space 1 space username, and then it'll time somebody out for 1 second. Also, be aware you are able to unmod yourself. Do I have the any % record? I do. I've had the any % record for 2 years, I think. Can you ban yourself? I don't think so. Oh. I have improved the any % record about 18 times in a row. I don't know who that is. Who's Sam Sulek? Am I the asshole here for not knowing who this guy is? No! Why are you going slow? Stop! Stop! He's a bodybuilder? What is it currently? The any % record is 9 minutes and 42 seconds. It's probably the best run I have ever done. Bodybuilder? Well, I'm a bit of a bodybuilder myself. I build fat on my body. How to tell Brody is definitely dad age. Dad joke. Irasai Sakika-san. Good luck. Arigato. Konbanwa. Do not hurt me. Thank you. Yeah, any % record is 942 and 100% record is 104.22. Both by me. Sub 940 is going to happen eventually. Sub 1 for Hundo, I'm not sure as of yet. I mean, usually the way speedrunning trends work... Yo, bra moment. It will probably happen, but it just depends, like, if people are still gonna be running the game when I'm done. Or if we find something new that's, like, groundbreaking. Like, right now, which we have no leads on, if we somehow find a means to... If we somehow find... Is GoPro. A lot of people do that. You are not the only person. Okay, refresh. Okay, yeah, no. Yeah, we back. Internet called you for a disgusting bitch and ran away for a good half minute. Yeah, I lost the run. I didn't do that because I didn't reset just because the stream died. I lost the run. I don't know why the fuck it's happening today. / turn off stream. That is not a command that I have. Good luck. Thanks for the good luck. The stream dying is not good on, it's not good for YouTube because, it creates a new stream. It's kind of annoying. So anybody that was just there on YouTube probably just fucked off to do other things. Unless they already knew who I was. Yeah, it happens. Also, yeah, the whole thing about the GoPro, a lot of people think that my username is GoPro. Nope, it's G-Pro. I should put a camera in the fucking upper right-hand corner. Like a fucking camera emoji, and then just gaslight everybody even more. That's pretty in line with the kind of dumb shit that I do. No V1 joke, I don't know what that means, but I probably would do that. I've had a lot of VTubers say, you should definitely be a VTuber and just be a camera, and I'm just like, well, I don't want to be a VTuber. But if I did become a VTuber, I would be a camera. And gaslight the shit out of people, and it'd be funny. Ultra kill game, understandable. Come on. No longer has the nut face? Yep. and put a female voice changer, viewers would skyrocket. True. It no longer has the nut face. Right now it has the turtle face. Land on the fucking ledge, Crash. If I missed this, which I believe I did. Yeah, I was about to say I'll reset. Today is just not a day where I can perform well. I don't know what it is. Is GoPro robot? Oh, that's what you meant by V1. Okay, okay, I understand now. Oh, BB. Yo, Ali, thanks for the stonks. Habibi points. That would be really funny if I just called him Habibi. So you have like 10,000 Habibi. Wow! That's a hole in one, boys. We got the hole in one. Yeah, so just calling them Habibis. That would be really funny, especially because then people are gonna start thinking like, wait, are you Arab? No. Do you speak Arabic? No. Why is it called Habibi? Because the emote is funny. Also, the fucking word is funny. I like the word. No, no, no! You're kidding. That sucks balls. Dude, look at that. You know what? I'm turning the console off. I am going to plug it into slot number 3. Game is cursed. You do not get what is happening. I got a hole in one. So, when you do that skip that I was doing, Crash is on a hoverboard and it doesn't stop. Basically, like, Crash is just randomly moving around the arena. Which means that, it's random whether he makes it or not. It's random whether he, like, gets stuck or something like that. Crash just crashed. What happened there was I had too much speed doing brower strats. Which brower strats, just to kind of like quickly explain what brower strats are. Brower strats are just when the game just bounces you over the fence. It saves time because you save a cycle. You save an elevator cycle. But I had too much speed and I couldn't stop. So yeah, game said bye-bye. The game didn't crash. I actually could have continued the run. Gambling, that's kind of what runs are. Oh wait, did Ali make a... Did he make a Gamba? Is there a Gamba? I can't see on my screen. Let's go gambling! Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. Don't ask how you do that because I don't know how to do that. Yeah, mods can make what we call gambas, which basically you just bet your points on whether something can happen or not. Which obviously I wouldn't say like next run wins, but rather like something like what time you'll get for something. Halal gamble. There is an interesting word in Spanish that comes from Muslim culture, which is ojalá, which anybody that speaks Arabic can tell, like, that's just saying ojalá. And it is a word that means very specifically, technically, if God permits. Ojalá, yeah. It's like, ojalá que pudiera ser, which would mean, like, if only God permits it to be. But, in reality, it literally just means, like, oh, how I wish. That's how it's used, but the literal meaning of it is if God permits, or if Allah permits. It is a word that used to be religious, but is not religious. How do you construct a loop? I don't fucking know. Inshallah is the source. That might be it, yeah. Bomba clot. Don't even know that. Yeah. It's difficult to know how words just work in your native language. What the fuck? I've never been over there before. I speak patois. Patois is not exactly a language per se, it's a Creole. It's a Creole. I mean, it's classified sort of. It's hard to explain exactly what a Creole is. It's basically a mixture of different languages that acts as a language on its own. A Creole. It's pronounced C, or it's spelled C-R-E-O-L-E. And what a Creole is it is something that develops usually from a pidgin language, which a pidgin language is it's a mesh of languages. Is racism allowed here? You remember what you did yesterday. I remember what you did yesterday. No. 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 I'm not that fucking stupid. How do you even fit racism even if you wanted to? Why did you think of shrimp? Had to stop the run for that shit? Yep. Basically, like, I mean, here's the thing. Yesterday he came in saying... he was coming in saying that Kylie was a guy, and it's like, well, it's just none of your business. And then I banned the dude for 24 hours. Bro comes back, he's like, ooh. Does that mean racism is not allowed? Basically, yeah. Damn, the Arabs are like, fuck. Now who am I gonna compete with? You can make pool. Yeah, you can make polls. You can also make gambas. Where you can make people bet on points. I mean, I said yesterday, and the thing is, and I'm gonna be very straight up about this, because like this is how it is. I don't care if you like, I'm not gonna judge you for having certain beliefs about specific types of people. Because everybody feels that way towards, like, everybody has a certain type of way that they feel based on their own experiences and their upbringing and whatnot. The only thing is one, don't use it to blatantly disrespect somebody that you don't know, and two, like, don't shove it down other people's throats. You're allowed to have an opinion, just don't try to make, like, it's like everybody has an asshole. If they fart, if you fart, it's gonna stink. Everybody has their levels of like prejudices and all this other stuff. Doesn't matter. Just don't use it to harm people and don't use it to disrespect people. What if your opinion is Twins is trash? You might get hate. But well, that's for the collective to decide. Yo, kites. And now the other thing is like, am I going to allow prejudice or things like that in my chat? Most likely you don't have a good enough reason to bring that shit up in my chat. Such an intolerant streamer, true. Someone entering the stream right now and hearing, if you fart, it will stink. Honestly, I've been in worse situations. I say some pretty sus shit out of context. If you shit, you have pooped. True. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I know some people that are against, that are purely against LGBTQ people. I know some people that are, that don't like specific races. I'm sure they have their reasons, and it's like, I mean, yeah, just don't hurt anybody as a result of it. There is no reason, there is no excuse for you to harm somebody just because of a belief that you have. That is intolerable for me. Because what happens if you do that stuff? You're an asshole. And who do I not like? Assholes. Easy. Basically, I go on the thing of like, well, it's basically none of my business. Like, if you believe a certain thing, it's none of my business. And just don't flaunt your dick about it. And you're fine. Let's get a / shout out assholes. I'm a pretty laid back dude. Like, I really don't care much outside of if you're cool, I fucks with you. If you're a piece of shit, fuck off. If I find your culture interesting, nice. And if I don't, oh well. No, I don't really like care much about like whether people are, you know, one way or another. If you're Arab, you're Mexican, you're Greek, you're whatever. I'm not really gonna think any differently of you. If you have a different religion than me, I'm not gonna really think it. If you have a different gender or sexual orientation than me, I don't really care. If you're cool, cool. If you're not cool, I'm either gonna leave you alone or I'm not gonna treat you well. I don't care. Everyone crash minders, what does that mean? Also, thanks for the good wishes. Calling you gay, giggling and walking away because it's funny. True. It's also kind of ironic that a fair amount of people who are anti-gay are actually gay themselves. Interesting. When did Kylie become a girl? I would not ask that question. If you wish to know, you may want to ask the person yourself. I would not recommend it. It's a very personal question. I mean, I know the answer, but I'm friends with Kylie, so, like, I know the answer. Sort of. A random person asking that question, yeah, you're gonna get banned. That's not a question that people wanted to... Crash minders, people who love Crash Bandicoot. Understandable. I almost failed that. Any supporters getting cooked by their leader. Is that a rude question? Yes. Personal question. Very personal. Now, I'm not gonna take... Don't take this as a political statement, right? But as a criticism. Now, I heard of this woman who, by the way, she's disabled, like me. Though I believe she's in a wheelchair, so she's less able than I am. Christian, a very conservative Christian, and she's a Trump supporter. Here's the thing, is that why would you believe or follow somebody who does not have your best interests at heart? Because Trump wants to take away healthcare, like free healthcare, and increase insurance prices. Make it much harder to get good healthcare and have access to good healthcare. Why would you be against it? Or why would you be against that? How can you be so stupid as to say, I support somebody who wants to take away something I need as a person? And that's not really a political statement. That's just like, how can you do that? Thanks for all the stonks. And the small stonks. Like, here's the thing. I don't want to turn this into a political thing. But at the same time, this is like a huge commentary of like how Americans view politics, is that they're so polarized that they don't understand that they may vote for somebody that will take away the things that they want or need. That's crazy. Like, that is one of the biggest reasons why I want to move out of the country, is since I'm disabled. Not no politics. I never said this was politics. It is a, oh, thanks for the gifted stub, Dima Pectables. It's societal commentary. Think about it. Like, one of the reasons why I want to move out of the country isn't because of that, it's because access to healthcare has been difficult. And I would like to have affordable healthcare. It's one of the biggest reasons why I'm gonna move out of the United States. There will never be a good option to vote for. The US politics is fucked. That's why I don't like talking about it. It's stupid. Like, it's levels of fucked and it's stupid. I don't have any issues with people who are above me, but rather I don't feel that the people that are like running where I live have my best interests at heart. So I just want to leave. And that's not a feeling that I'm saying, like, I just don't agree with, like, one side. No, I hate it all. I think it's all bad. That doesn't mean that I think that all of the people that are running the place are bad. And that is not, like, anti-government. Whatever. I'd probably move to Japan. I mean, that's where that's like where most of the stuff is moving towards. So, like, starting in January, I'm gonna do my master's in teaching English. Not to teach English in Japan, mind you. Why'd you do that? But rather to teach English, Spanish, and Japanese in Japan. That is the entire idea. That's what I'm going to be doing when I get my master's degree. And Chipro Sensei. Okay, there we go. That's better. Our way to get away from politics, yeah. That's why I don't like talking about it. everybody's misinformed, and like, I mean, so when I talk about these things, usually it's about, if I miss that, I'm, yep, resetting. Like, I like making social commentary. Oh, you're from Russia? Nice. Disabled friend is wrong? No, 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 no. That's not a friend. Absolutely not. That's some random person on the internet. Disabilities, you have fibromyalgia. And I'm only saying that because I've talked about it a lot. But yeah, the way you're asking that is very rude. And invasive. You are not the first Russian that I know. Actually, one of my best friends is Russian. Yeah, if we continue this, it's gonna turn into politics. Let's not. Let's not go there. What I do know is that living in Japan is gonna be a lot better for me as somebody to get the support that I need without breaking my bank. Plus also my what's it called? What, damn it, I'm trying to think here. First time watching my stream? Don't die, thank you. Somewhere else some other day? Maybe at some point. Thanks for the stonks, Saucy. Okay. Land, please. Okay. Nothing wants to work today. Nothing wants to work today. Slide jump, slide jump. Yeah, nothing wants to work today, unfortunately. I do have an online exam I gotta do. There you go. Ooh, my ass. I'll see where I go in the next half hour. How do you become ball with Cortex and Crash Twinsanity? You jump in. And do spin. Just depends on the type of conversation. For political stuff, I wanna be very careful. Especially when I want to, like, when I always talk about that kind of stuff, I always say, and I try to stay away from the actual political ideologies, and more so create criticism on people. Oh, you don't care where these guys are from, but really cool. So, your ordinary people speak English, which helps you a lot in learning the language. Yeah, I speak Spanish and I speak Japanese, so I understand you. Like, if I ever say anything that's kind of close to being political, what I usually say is, like, it's either a social commentary or criticism of social things. Because in reality, the way that we understand political ideologies is stupid. It creates tribalism. So usually it's, instead of saying, like, I just don't agree with whatever, it's rather like, I want to try to find the logic in what's going on. And stay away from opinions. More like observations and, those kinds of things outside of, like, whatever you believe or not. Because that's not healthy. Imagine the country's being run by a fucking Dorito.
Keep back, you weak-minded fool! Avert your gaze or you'll go crystal crazy!
Yeah, I don't understand how a human being can be orange. Without turning into enemies, not here. Not on Twitch. It's not possible. That's why I usually say that. That's why it's not because there aren't people. It's not because we should be better about it. It's because we won't be better about it. I am fine with hearing people's political ideologies, but it is not a place for it to happen on stream. Because the problem is that when you have one bad actor, everybody becomes bad. There is no pick and choose with it. It's just like, and especially because everybody has their own personal opinions on a lot of things. Some people agree with certain things, and some people agree with other things. It's just, you can't have it. Nacho cheese. Cool Ranch. Yeah, and I'm not a political guy. I hate politics. I think it's all dumb. Hopefully your internet isn't dog shit today. Mine's pretty dog shit today. I don't like Cool Ranch, actually, believe it or not. Okay, I just can't fucking play this game today. At least I'm getting this. Spicy nacho. I can't really have chips because they're corn-based. This is like fucking preschoolers arguing over which crayon tastes the best. Oh no. I'm not failing Tikimon Skip 2. Can I play the video game? Yeah, my body legitimately just does not like chips. If I have chips, it causes me pain. It sucks. Please let me play the video game. If I can't play video game in 30 minutes, I'm just gonna say goodbye. And then I'm probably gonna, like, do some labbing in Hero's Tale or something. I've been streaming for 3 hours. I've been doing runs for an hour. Glad you found my channel. Appreciate it. If only Smartkin were here. You guys have purple and blue Doritos? Listen, we got fucking green eggs and ham. The Dr. Seuss days. Sam I am. We did actually have green eggs and ham in my kindergarten, believe it or not. That was great. I think that was not too long after the lesson that taught us how to read analog clocks. Talking about bag colors. Your mom's got bag colors. Got him. Got him. Not here, man. Not here. No more politics. Now remember, this is my stream. I have said we're not doing this. Nam Saucy's like gonna cry. No more politics. I have said no more politics. I don't want to bring it up anymore. Is it political to talk about who the worst Hokage was? I gotta think about that for a second. I actually have to legitimately think about that for a second. Nah, I'm gonna say Naruto. Why? Because bro was Hokage for like 2 minutes, and then he's just like, goodbye. Bro gets fucking, like, he disappears. He's like Hokage for like 1 episode, and he's just gone. What if there were no political parties? I don't know, ask Greek. Or ask the Greeks. Like Mountain Dew, yeah. Yeah, so, the problem is a lot of our stuff has high fructose corn syrup, too. So a lot of our stuff is way less healthy than what you get over there. Up and off. Enjoy your food. Yeah, if I don't get any runs in the next 30 minutes, I'm just gonna say, like, there's just no fucking way I'm gonna be able to get anything. Look at me play this game right now. I can't fucking play this game right now, and I don't know why. Today's just not the day for runs, I guess. It's very sweet. Yeah, that's high fructose corn syrup. It's really bad for you. George Washington wasn't really much of a politician or a leader. He was not a good leader. He was not a good military leader. And he even said himself, I'm not cut out for this. He said it himself. He was forced into becoming the first president of the United States because the people just liked him. And he didn't want to be... He did not want to be the leader of the United States. What do you fucking mean?! There's one thing, like, George Washington did not really do anything as president. The thing is he was just put into a position of power because the people liked him. After several different iterations of the United States of, like, the country basically collapsing. They put him as the first president of the United States, even though he didn't really want to, which is interesting, because in the United States he's seen as like an American icon, but in reality he really wasn't, and he didn't really want to be president of the United States. But the founding fathers said, like, well, it just has to be you. So, like it or not, you're going to be the first president, and then he just eventually accepted it. He was also not a good military leader at all. The whole reason why the United States actually won the war was, well, there were two reasons, or actually three reasons why the United States won their Revolutionary War. It had nothing to do with the U.S. having a powerful military. No, we were actually weak as shit. It's just that we fought guerrilla warfare against people who were not doing guerrilla warfare, they were doing classical warfare. And the Brits were in territories they didn't understand. They basically had no knowledge of the land, so they couldn't make use of the land. They were 3 months away from home. The king was running out of money, and the British citizens were very close to actually revolting because of the fact that they were being taxed so heavily as a result of fighting a war that they didn't want. So, while George Washington was basically, the only thing he was really good for was rallying support. Everything else, like, basically all of the, like, commands and all of the tactics that the U.S. used, bad. How am I today? I'm kind of hungry, actually. Runs are not going very well. I don't know why, I'm just unable to play today. So, if I don't get anything in the next... So, like, any politician? No. No, it's totally different. George Washington did not want to be in the position that he was. Like Britain's Afghanistan. Yeah, that's not a bad way to put it. Like, the thing is they just... we won purely because there was no other There was no other outcome that would have happened. The Americans would have been able to keep fighting because they didn't have to pour in any resources, and the people wanted the fight. They wanted to be themselves. So I've been learning about it, and it's kind of interesting. The Americans, uh, the Americans, did not realize that they weren't British. They didn't realize that they weren't Americans. But one of the big issues was that, how Britain was running things was using virtual representation. And what virtual representation means in this sense is that everybody is represented by the same people. There's no representative of your place. It is just somebody that is in Parliament who may know about the affairs that are going on, but what's it called? Oh, neat. But like, what was basically going on was that the British were giving virtual representation, not actual representation. The Americans did not like that because they were like, listen, we have developed our own governments. We've had to govern ourselves for a long time. We've established all of this. Why do you get to have a say in what we're doing when we're so far removed from you? And they were like, listen, what we need is we need an American there to balance things out. And basically that didn't work out so well because the Parliament is like, you can't just force yourself into Parliament. We've had this established for so many years. This is just how things are ran. And the Americans were like, no, we don't want that. But then certain things started happening. I believe a war ended up happening between Britain and France. And particularly Londoners were being very heavily taxed. And then the Americans at the same time were like, we're not going to be taxed. Because the thing is they were getting taxed for the same things. They were not happy about it. And they're like, we're not going to do this. And so the shot that was heard around the world is what we call it in English. Where an American shot several British soldiers in Boston. And it sparked a war. A war that Britain couldn't win. Despite having the strongest navy and the strongest military at the time. That's essentially what happened. And then in 1776, the Declaration of Independence was signed. And then I think the war ended 2 years afterwards because the British were like, fuck this, we can't do this anymore. Yeah, it was a 7-year war. Currently, they're very weak. I wouldn't say they're weak. There just has not been a reason for militaristic mobilization in the world, which hopefully that never happens again, which looks like it's going to. That's very scary. We should not need to worry about this or care about this or like care about whether somebody's like very strong, whatever. Nah. The only good thing war brings is economic stability. Read about the World Proclamation of 1763 from expanding west of the Appalachians. Really? That was a thing? But they were already doing that. I'm guessing that was also a result of the 7 Years' War because of the French, because Napoleon, if I remember correctly, Napoleon was expanding all the way out. Like the Spanish were basically they took over the majority of South America, along with Portugal and some of the French, I think. Napoleon was short. He was actually not short. Going outside your house? F. Napoleon was actually not short. He was taller than me. But the French had Central America. I mean, Central U.S. Because they wanted to expand west of the Appalachians. That would make a lot of sense, considering, Manifest Destiny was, like, really big around the turn of the 19th century. With, that's me, open your door. Andrew Jackson. I think he was the third president. Andrew Jackson was, like, really strong. He was, like, very pro Manifest Destiny and very pro Western expansion. Napoleon needed to sell the Central America. I don't want to say Central America, but Central US. Because of reasons. I don't remember the exact reasons, but they needed to sell it. Yeah, he's actually about 5'6" in modern Imperial units. And couldn't be settled by the colonists, yeah. Had taxes on how many windows your house had? Damn. That's insane. You know the French tried to tax air? Did you know that? Did you know that the French literally tried taxing oxygen? This is one of the reasons why the fucking French are incredibly, like, active about protesting. Because, like, years ago... Yeah, finance the wars, exactly. But, like, yeah, years ago, the French government, the bourgeoisie, like, tried to do some really fucked up shit. Like, they tried taxing oxygen. And then when Napoleon came around, which Napoleon was a man of the people. Surprisingly, even though he was like a vicious dictator. He was a man of the people. Like, he gave them what they needed. He gave them what they wanted. And it basically turned the French into people that just did not give a shit and their government were pussies. But the thing is the one thing that you need to know is you do not fuck with the French. You piss them off, they'll fucking actually riot. Like, they were really upset about Mercosur, because, the EU was trying to make deals with Mercosur, which, if you don't know what Mercosur is the relations between, South American countries. It's the free trade agreement for the South American countries. And they were trying to make, replace EU goods with, Mercosur goods. Which would mean that the European farmers couldn't compete because, well, you basically have stuff that's, like, ridiculously cheap in comparison. Because Latin Americans just don't make as much money. Their currencies aren't worth as much. so you don't have to pay nearly as much. But the French were pissed. EU regulations, Mercosur goods would be cheaper. Yeah, so they would just get it. And people would just buy what's cheaper, basically meaning that the European farmers would suffer. And the French were pissed about it. They blocked highways for days. They went on their fucking tractors and shit, and they're like their farmer vehicles, and they just blocked highways for days. It was fucking funny. Like, the French don't give a fuck. Well, yeah, I know that the Indians hate the British. It's pretty obvious. Like, the British did some fucked up shit. Nowadays, I don't know. Like, I mean, British don't really do anything anymore. They just kind of complain about stuff. Ask me how I know. The apple doesn't fall very far from the tree. The British are not very different from Americans. Actually, the only part of the English-speaking kingdom that is truly different is New Zealand. Like, we have pretty similar cultures, which a lot of people don't realize. You wouldn't really know that unless you, like, spoke multiple languages. Yeah, everybody's got Indian culture stuff. Curry is like, particularly curry. Yeah. Like that fucking comedy skit where they thought the guy was like either Pakistani or Indian. And then it's like, guy asks him, "Do you like curry?" He's like, "I don't much like curry. Curry. Do you practice Hindu? You practice Hindu? Never met the guy." Con esa voz femenina. Come on, follow me, Crash. Stay close and do what I do. Dead King's Memorial. I don't know much about, you know, country tensions. But ¿cuántas veces? No sé. De hecho, no sé. Pero no tantos porque saltamos casi todas las escenas con Cortex en la ropa de Coco. Alley-oop! It's true. Blondes do have more fun. See? Come on. Blondes do have more buns. You know what? True. ¿Sabes qué? ¿Sabes qué es un meme? Las rubias se divierten más. ¿Es un meme, o sea, una broma en la cultura norteamericana? Eso literalmente es una broma. Okay. This is gonna be the last attempt. Uh. Uh. Hatake literally said snow bunnies got more buns. ¿Neurano? Sí. Igual. What happened? I was about to get ass lock. If Cortex jumps early, usually the game crashes because Cortex turns into an invalid object. Sometimes he doesn't, but he usually doesn't. He didn't say it, Cortex did, true. He's like... Cortex is like, it's true, snow bunnies do have more fun. I don't actually know the meme about that, but I've heard that. I don't understand it. I kind of do, but I don't. And it's just kind of funny to me. No recuerdo exactamente. Most of us are virgins, probably because we are. I'll do one more attempt. Saber inglés para saber los chistes o los juegos de palabras. ¿Por qué el doblaje se pierde? Porque literalmente, ¿verdad? Pues es que la razón por la que pierde pierde algo literalmente es porque el choque de cultura en que hay algo que está pasando en la media, o sea la tele, las shows, las series, ¿verdad? En que no había traducción, ¿verdad? No había traducción. Así que las bromas, los chistes, no existen en otras culturas. Y normalmente pertenecen a la historia o algo así. Algo que es muy popular. Por ejemplo, son reales. Por ejemplo, también es un chiste, o sea, es un meme de nuestra cultura también. What the fuck was that? I didn't even double press that. Pero sí, es que es muy útil saber inglés, por ejemplo. Solo tienes que... se pierde mucho, obviamente. Drake y Josh, sí. Buenas tardes. Pero sí, es que, a ver, si quieres establecer una conexión del lenguaje, todo bien. Y eso es literalmente todo lo que necesita para aprender un idioma. Literal. Okay. The runs are going nowhere. Runs are going absolutely nowhere. I can't get runs in. I'm not gonna get runs in. I know this for a fact. So I'm just gonna end the stream. I don't think there's gonna be anybody to raid at this point in time that I would prefer to raid. No. So I'm just gonna leave. There was no school today. Well, there was. It's just I skipped. One class didn't have, doesn't take attendance, and there's a an online exam that I have until the end of the day to do. So whatever. I'm gonna leave. Goodbye.